boy Wonder.
Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? I see the girls in the club, they're getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all wanna smile at me.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Follow D Money podcast. This week, I'm sitting with a close friend of mine and very successful young man in the small town of Indianapolis. I consider him my brother. I've always called him my brother since day one I met him, I think.
Yes, sir.
And his name is Jason Hagemier. Jason, what's up, brother?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
You were nervous to come.
I was, but I'm glad to be here.
It took a while to get you on, but,
yeah, I'm here.
You are here, and I'm happy for it.
Thank you.
The reason why I asked you on for a few reasons. One, I like to have successful people on my show to figure out the recipe for their success, and you are successful. You have an amazing style. You have an amazing look. You're an individual, and you have a lot of layers.
I do.
You do. I want to get into your history. Like, just tell us about yourself. Tell us what you do, and we'll go from there.
Well, I've been doing hair for 21 years in Indianapolis. Started out, I guess it was right around 2000. Went to school in Cincinnati. Got talked into going to school. Wasn't anything that I ever thought I was going to be doing. Got talked into it and went and found out that I was pretty good at it. Yeah. And it just kind of took off. I moved back from Cincinnati, got started here in Indianapolis, and just started building a business. I mean, just started cranking it out as much as I could, meeting as many people as I could, just putting myself out there as much as I could, and things have just blown up. So
what city are you from in Indianapolis?
I grew up in Avon.
Okay.
So West Side.
West Side.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What is the correct term? What are you? Cosmetologist?
No, I'm a hairstylist.
Hairstylist.
I mean, it's different for everybody, but I'm a hairstylist.
You're a hairstylist.
Yeah.
What's the difference between cosmetologist?
There's not really. It's just different terms for different generations.
Okay, so they're all the same thing.
Yeah.
I was told that a cosmetologist can do facials and all that. They can do nails.
Well, my certification is in cosmetology.
Yep.
So I am able to do all that stuff. It's
Yep.
just not what I chose to focus my career on.
Okay, so you were trained in all the aspects of cosmetology.
Correct.
And you chose just hairstyling.
Correct.
So you're a hairstylist.
Yep.
Okay. How did that become something that you even consider doing? Coming from Avon.
Yeah, like I said.
Young man in Avon.
Grew up in Avon, and the salon that I grew up going to, there was a family that owned a salon there, and the woman and man that owned it, they were a married couple. Their daughter went to school with me, so I knew them very well. Mm-hmm. Her dad was always like, you should really get your license and come work for me. We need another guy in the salon. You're super artistic, blah, blah, blah. You should really get in here and help me out. Yeah. And I was like, no. There's no way.
What age was this?
I was in high school, probably 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
He was just really adamant on it and sent away and got me the information on school. I kind of threw it in the corner, didn't think anything of it. After I graduated, I wasn't doing much of anything. And so another friend of mine, she was like, thinking about going to school. Do you still have that information? It's like, yeah, let's do it. So we went over, checked the school out, and I called my dad on the way home, and I was like, I think I'm going to go to beauty school.
Yeah.
And it all just kind of snowballed from there.
Instead of college.
Yeah.
Beauty school instead of college.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's still it's like college, though.
I just wasn't doing anything else with my life, really. So I was like, you know what? Let's do something.
Okay. How was growing up in Avon? You're 90s.
Yep. Boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot going on back then.
No real scene. Like, to me, Avon is pretty much
we moved out there, and it was considered country.
Okay.
When we moved out there, lots of cornfields.
Yep.
Only a couple stoplights.
Yep. You have siblings?
I have one older brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 years older than me. And,
okay.
I mean, we didn't do a whole lot. I mean, we played in the woods, rode dirt bikes, that kind of stuff. I mean, just kind of did what we could to make our own fun. So.
Okay. What's the name of your shop?
JH Studio.
JH Studio. That's you.
Yep,
JH.
that's me.
So when you decide to get your own shop, because did you just start immediately with your own?
No, I worked in the salon for about 7 years and then decided that if I wanted to make good money and do my own thing, have my own schedule, do what I wanted to do, it was time for me to branch out on my own.
So what did you do to do that?
There it was right when the salon studio concept was coming out. So it's like basically you have a mother company that leases out a huge building, builds it out. You go in and you just lease a space from them. You start your own LLC, get your own business going. You just lease a space from them. So me and a couple of friends, that's what we did. We left the salon and went and started our own place.
Okay.
And then grown from there from one place to the next.
How do you get clientele that way?
Social media. I mean, I got into it right at the head of social media. So
Yep.
that and word of mouth. I mean, word of mouth is your best advertisement.
Right. Social media is pretty important then.
Very much.
How do you use social media to promote your business?
I mean, you got to be on it all day, every day. Every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how you advertise.
Yeah. And it's not even just about promoting your work. It's about promoting yourself.
Yep. How did the pandemic affect what you do?
It was rough.
Yeah.
We were shut down for about 3 months.
Totally shut
down. Yeah. And they were really strict about, not going to people's houses, not having people come to you.
Yep.
So I was just I'm cut off,
Yep.
Luckily the unemployment was around. I was able to collect. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that helped out a ton.
But did you still have to pay rent?
Yeah.
At
the salon?
Yeah.
They gave us a break. They were basically let us take that 3 months off and then we repaid it over time.
Okay.
So.
Oh, you had to pay it back.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's not the same.
Yeah. Better than nothing,
Right. I saw you so you were doing videos too during the pandemic, I think. You were doing tutorials or something like that. One time I saw a video, it was pretty funny. You were showing the videos of what people should not do.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of pandemic haircuts going on that people trying to do at home. Yeah, stay away from the scissors.
How does that does that frustrate you?
It's frustrating, but it also builds my business.
Yeah,
I got to do a lot of corrections.
Yep.
So,
yep.
I mean,
where'd your sense of style come from?
I don't really know, man. I mean, I've always been kind of beaten to my own drum,
Yeah.
And I just kind of do my thing. Always been super artistic, and I just kind of like to push the limits.
Are you artsy in other ways other than styling hair? Can you draw?
I wouldn't say I'm the best with a pencil.
Yeah.
I'm good with sculpture and I'm good with my hands. That's for sure.
Okay.
Painting, I was good at.
Okay.
I'm good at color theory, things like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's
interior
important.
design. I really like that kind of stuff.
Yep. That's what's up. In your neck of the woods, Avon, country, conservative. You're a gay man.
Yep.
What was the dynamic of being gay in Avon in the 90s?
Well, I wasn't out. So,
okay.
No, I was.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's something that you had to put on the front.
Yeah, I mean,
you know
it
what
was
I mean?
easy though. I mean,
to pretend?
Easy to pretend, but I mean, I knew, most people knew. It was just kind of my business. I lived my life how I lived it and kept to myself.
So who were you keeping it from?
I mean, just everybody in general. Anybody. It was just more about keeping it my business and keeping it under lock and key,
Okay. I get that.
Just my business is my business, your business. Stay in your lane.
But okay. As a person who doesn't want somebody to feel uncomfortable.
Sure.
How would you suggest someone make it comfortable for somebody to feel like being themselves? Even if you were I'm just going to keep my business, but when you do that, you're not being your genuine self.
True.
And that's society's fault.
True.
So what is your advice to people?
I mean, I was being as genuine as I could without letting people into my business about who I'm attracted to or what I choose to do behind closed doors. That's none of anyone's business,
Even when you're straight.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But it's still important that you are okay with being attracted to whoever you're attracted to.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
So what can I do? Like, how can I make you feel comfortable being yourself if I walk up to you or you're in a club, and like what is it that you suggest that a person like myself do?
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with you. It's just about getting comfortable with yourself first. So
It's the person, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I had to get comfortable with myself and be able to acknowledge it, be able to speak it freely. And, then if you're comfortable with it, then other people are going to be comfortable with it.
I think that's the most important part.
Sure.
Yes, I think that's key. Seeing you accept it yourself, it makes it easier for people to actually be themselves and accept it also.
100%.
Yeah. How did you do it? Because you said you didn't come out yet. So did you did you say, "Hey world, I'm gay," or did you like what did you do?
I mean, it took many years, but like with my family, I sent them a text message. I found a letter online that somebody else had written.
Yep.
But felt like that it came straight from my heart.
Right.
Went in and kind of rewrote it a little bit.
Yep.
And sent it to all my family in one single text.
Oh, like a group mass
Yep.
text.
Yep.
And then you were probably getting texts like, "We know."
Yeah. Everyone was like, "Cool, no big deal, no big deal." I was like, "Wait, what? That's it?" And then kind of told all my friends, and it was the same thing. Like everyone's like, "Cool, like no big deal."
Right.
And then I was like pissed off because I'm like, I waited all this time, and this is all the response I get. Like what the hell?
Like I didn't even have to do that.
Right. I was like waiting for somebody, to be all pissed off or some sort of backlash, and I got nothing.
Right. How does your sexuality help, hurt, affect business for you?
Really, I don't think it does much. I mean, back in the day, I used to think that like straight men had the upper hand to like make a woman
in cosmetology.
Yeah, to make
Really?
make a woman feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
That's where the money is. And being able to like coming from a straight man, telling this woman like, "Oh yeah, you look great. I'm doing this and that." But really, at the end of the day, it's just what I do behind the chair.
Can you do? Yeah. What can you do?
Yeah.
Right. And I think that mentality is just like part of just us being insecure sometimes. Like
Sure.
just thinking somebody else could be better at it because of this or
Sure.
because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because me personally, I would assume that someone gay would have a better insight. That's
Right.
just my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
But like you say, like you would think, and I'm sure that you've seen and met straight men who do a good job
100%,
and they have a lot of clients or whatever. But to me,
It
I
has
think a
nothing
woman
to
would be
do
scared.
with either way or the other. It's just about
Can you perform?
your ability behind the chair.
I was my boy Aaron sent me something on Instagram. This guy does massages, and it's a guy who massages women,
Right.
and that's all he does. And it's
Yeah.
like that seems like a dream job.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are some women who don't want men touching them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
Or,
Like
or
straight,
their men don't want
or their
another
men that
man
don't want
doesn't.
another man to
Yeah.
touch them. Like me personally, when I get massages, I need a woman.
Yep.
That's just how I feel. I want a
Yep.
woman to massage me. When I was in sports, men would do it, but it seems like when I was done, something in me just needs a woman to do it.
Sure.
And that's just me. That's just preference.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah. As long as they're strong enough to get in there and get it done,
Yeah. What's your pet peeve? What bothers you?
Just ignorance. Ignorant people. Ignorant drivers. Indiana drivers.
Indiana drivers.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, my pet peeve, and it's not even, I mean, I don't want to get political, but my pet peeve is racism.
Oh, well,
and
I
it's
mean,
so,
that's a whole other story. Yeah.
but it's a pet peeve.
Yeah.
And
And
really,
that's another, that's ignorance.
that has a lot to do with ignorance.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I can't stand it because the climate that we're in, you have a lot of issues. You have a lot of people fighting for rights.
Right.
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ.
Yep, there we go. Feminism. You got black and white. You got all kind of minorities.
Right.
And just being aware that there are people who are struggling and people who are going through things that other people don't understand. I think awareness and lack of ignorance is the key.
Sure.
Like you said, your pet peeve is ignorance.
Yep.
That would solve a lot of problems, I think.
Yep.
I have a question for you about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
If you could choose love, like, or loyalty out of your partner, which one would you want? Like, you want to like your partner, you want to love your partner, or you want your partner to love you, you want your partner to like you, or you want your partner to be loyal to you? Which one would you choose and why?
I would guess I would probably have to go more with loyalty, 100%. I mean,
Loyalty.
Yeah. I mean, that comes along with love, you know.
Does it?
I mean, I don't know. It's like you can go so many different ways with that, you know. It's like, I mean, you need the love to be loyal, but you also need the loyalty to be loved, you know.
Well, you can't have all three. You can have one. you picking loyalty because you want somebody that's gonna be there no matter what.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. At the end of the day.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
What's your plan for the next 5 years?
Well, I've got my niece who's getting ready to come out and start working with me. She's in beauty
Nice.
school right now, so
Nice.
she's going to come out and start training under me. Get her career taken off, kind of let her blossom under my wings, you know.
Yeah. How old is she?
She's 19 right now.
Okay.
So looking forward to that. She'll start with me probably around March.
That's gotta be the best kind of entrepreneur. I mean, apprenticeship to have your uncle,
Yeah.
big successful hairstylist, take you under his wing.
We've been talking about it since as long as she could talk. So
That's
it's
what's
pretty
up.
cool to see it come to fruition.
And she's almost done.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Cool.
she'll come on apprentice with me for like a year.
What's her
and
name? Shout her out.
Brooklyn Hagemier. She's my little baby.
That's what's up, man.
And then hopefully after a year of her apprenticing with me, then looking to open up a small salon someplace around Indy.
Do you think you're successful? Do you see yourself as successful?
I see myself as successful. I definitely think there's a lot of room for growth and more success, but yeah,
How would you define success?
Success can come in many different aspects of personal success, financial success.
Well, how you define like at what point would you say that you are successful? Like what point would you say, Jason, I'm successful?
If I had, multiple locations,
Yeah.
a handful of staff under me, and come in and work just a couple of days a week and be able to travel whenever and wherever I want.
So is that your goal?
That's the goal.
You want to
yeah.
open multiple locations?
I'd like to have a location in Chicago.
How hard is that?
It's probably not going to be easy, but it's doable, I think.
Right.
Yeah. So
You working towards that?
it's a long-term goal.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I think that it's kind of like a tattoo artist who has a shop and comes in and does special clients only.
Right. Yeah. Kind of guest artist. That's kind of where I would start out in Chicago, is just go find a salon that I could kind of go in a couple times a month and guest artist and just kind of start building the clientele there and see how it grows and then kind of let it fall into place.
Yep. What's your advice to someone who wants to get into the field of cosmetology?
Hustle. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of competition out there, a lot of good stylists out there, and don't think anyone is below you. You got to support each other and help each other as much as possible.
Yeah. Do you find that ego is bad in your industry or not?
It is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing I've always tried to do, is not have an ego. Like, I'm no better than anybody else.
Yep.
Like, I'm thankful for what I have, but I've worked my tail off for it. So
That's what's up. I don't have much. You guys got anything for Jason?
I have questions.
Let's hear it.
I want to know how do you transition from the marketing side, into social media, not being from the social media generation? How much do you take on that? Because it's such a daunting job, but at what point do you go, all right, I think having younger people that handle that, because they're always teaching you.
I've just always tried to stay young in mind when it comes to the newest and like most trendiest thing out there when it comes to social media or
That's tough.
digital world. Yeah.
That's tough.
But just like staying on top of it as much as possible.
Yeah, how do you
like,
stay ahead of fashion or stay up with fashion?
I mean, it's just literally being online 24/7 and just looking and looking and looking.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you have to constantly be aware.
Yeah.
Stay woke.
Jeez.
I have another question. I want to know is there a science to the predominantly black styling of working stylists?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What is
You
it?
mean
What's it?
you mean like working on black hair compared to working
I just feel like they all wear like all black everything.
black? You mean black clothing?
No, but styling black hair is different as well, right?
Styling black hair is definitely different. Yes.
Is that a part
ethnic
of like
hair? Ethnic hair.
Ethnic hair.
Yes,
Yes, ethnic hair.
Yes.
So, I mean, is that a part of schooling?
It just depends on what school you go to.
Oh, okay.
It's a very learned thing.
Yeah, because I see these things. Atlanta has a hair show
Yep.
where they do some wild
yeah.
shit. Like they do some crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
the Bronner brothers. Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild. Like how does a person decide that I'm gonna do hair like that and you just do it?
I mean, that's a whole that's just runway
Show
or stage
stuff.
performance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's not every day. It's
I know,
I
but,
do.
but could you do that?
I do everyday hair. I do everyday like sexy hair. I do
Yep.
like Victoria's Secret hair. I do hair that you want to like put your hands in.
Yep,
You know?
yep.
I'm not putting waterfalls in your hair and butterflies.
But could
and,
you do a flat top?
I
for
could do
me?
a flat top. Yeah,
For
yeah,
me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a flat top.
I thought we were gonna do a
We're gonna
Connor
do
Daly
that.
mullet on you.
Let's do a kind of. I still want to do that.
Yeah, I thought we were
I
gonna
want
do
to do
that.
a Connor
that mullet.
Daly mullet, and I want to dress. I want to be Connor for Halloween. We still need to do that. We should do that for sure.
But the all black clothing, it's like we work with a lot of hair color, and it bleaches your clothes out. So you can take a Sharpie, you get color on your clothes. You can take a Sharpie and color it in, and you ain't got to throw it away. Yeah, and it just looks clean.
Yeah, it does.
Third question. How do they get 3 in 1?
3-in-1. What do you mean?
3-in-1.
You know, like when you go to the store, they have like the 2-in-1, like conditioner. And
Shampoo
Oh.
conditioner.
That's like I don't know what's the third thing. I saw one that was like 3.
Oh, like a body wash, the body wash, shampoo, and
That's
like
3-in-1.
face wash.
Yeah. How?
Yeah, I mean it's just a general cleanser. So I mean it's the same thing. It's just marketing. It's just marketing, 100%. I wouldn't put that shit on your face though.
I don't have a hair, so
No, but just on your skin. Yeah,
well, see.
it's gonna dry your skin out.
I got a question for you. What sets you apart from someone else? What makes you different than like? Why should someone go to you to get their hair done and not someone else?
I don't think that anyone should choose me over someone else other than I've been around the block. I mean, I got 21 years ahead of me, or behind me, I should say. I love what I do, and I don't know. I think I'm fairly talented with. You come in with an idea, I'll take that idea and kind of tell you if it's doable or not. I don't pussyfoot around about something. So if you come in and ask me or tell me this is what you want, I don't think it's going to look
tell me
good.
you don't like it.
Yeah, and if they are adamant, I'm not afraid to be like, okay, you know what? There's somebody down the street that'll do it for you.
Yep.
But I'm not going to.
So how do you like? Is that how you would sell yourself? Like a new client's coming to you and they say, you know, I heard you do hair well, and I need highlights and I need a trim. Do you just say, okay, cool, sit down, or do you say,
come in, let's talk, and I'll tell you what I would do, and
okay,
this is what's gonna happen. Like you're gonna like what I'm telling you, or you're not, and we'll meet in the middle. Or if we're not, then I'll send you down the road. It sounds really abrasive, but like.
So there's people that you turn away because you don't want to do their hair or you don't want to do what they want.
I've done both, 100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've definitely fired many clients, or I've turned away clients just because what they want is not something that I want to do.
But what about the person that you just like? What's another reason? Like attitude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes personalities don't mesh, and I'm not that hard up for money. I mean, like I like money, believe me, but I'm not gonna go broke or I'm not gonna go rich off of one client.
Hairstylists are not like barbers.
No.
They're not like barbers
No.
at all. Because a barber can sit down and cut an asshole's hair and get them out.
Yep.
You are dealing with these people intimately.
Yeah, for a couple hours each visit.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Wow.
I
So
learn a
do you
lot.
have people who do like I know there's people who do like they just wash hair and get it prepared for you to style it, right? Or do you do everything?
I do everything, but when my niece starts,
Yeah.
she'll be my apprentice, so she'll be doing like all of that for me. She'll
Okay.
be doing all my shampoos and blow dries and things like that, which means I can turn over more clients because I can be doing a lot of things while she's doing that.
Yep. When you are not styling hair, what do you like to do?
I like to travel. I like to party. You know that.
We do party. We do party. Hey, I really appreciate one thing about you. The first day I met you, and I've seen you around. I've like we've known each other and seen
Right.
each other, but like it was one day that we introduced ourselves, or I don't know if you came or I came, and we just started talking, and it was just like this energy and chemistry, and I was just
Right.
like, that's my guy right
Yeah,
there.
instant.
And then every time I see you, I always tell you something. And I always just say, I got you.
Yep.
No matter what, I got you.
100%.
I say that in your ear every time I see
Yeah,
you. Is
you
it
do.
not?
You do.
Am I lying?
You do. You tell me that because you're my brother.
That's right. That's what's
right.
up. So what do you do other than like when you're not traveling and you're just home?
Yeah.
And you're not doing hair and you're sitting at home.
I like to chill out, relax, and take
And
time to myself.
And you don't watch TV, do you?
I don't watch much TV now.
Yeah.
I like a lot of quiet time though.
Yeah. You
Just
read?
chill out. No, not even a big reader. I'll turn music on.
Yep.
But I like to just like kind of digest all my thoughts, all the conversations that I go through throughout the day.
Yep.
It's a lot sometimes. Sometimes it's really intense.
Yep.
You know, I'm taking on a lot of other people's emotions,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the stuff that they're going through all day, every day, whether it's divorce or deaths or whatever. You know, I hear more bad things than I do good things.
In that aspect, you're like a bartender kind of, where it's like people talk to you, tell you their
Very much
problems,
so.
and you're like a therapist.
Yep.
And you give advice and all
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, PhD. I mean, it's
Yeah.
PhD, professional hairdressing degree, is a lot more than just doing hair. I mean, it's a lot of therapy.
Yeah, but who do you talk to? Who do you go to when you have all those problems?
You know how many friends I have, Stretch?
I know you got a ton. You got a ton.
I've got a really good support system around me.
You do.
Yeah.
I think you do. And that's important, but everybody doesn't have that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And
My mom, she's a great listener.
Good.
Love that. Yeah.
Good. And your family very open to when you came out, right?
Yep, very much so.
And then your community of friends
Yep.
very open.
Yeah, I've had it way better than most people.
You've told me that from the beginning.
Yep.
And you always tell me like Stretch, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I got this. I don't have nothing to worry about.
I'm really
and
lucky.
I love that about you.
I'm very lucky.
You're not a victim.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
And but you could be.
I could be
You could be.
100%. Yeah. But I have a community around me that supports the hell out of me, so
That's what's
appreciate
up.
it.
And I think a lot of that, like me coming from LA to Indianapolis, I realized that Indianapolis doesn't represent Indiana.
No, not so much.
It doesn't.
No.
And once I learned that and realized that, I accepted Indianapolis.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
I love Indy.
I
really do.
love Indy.
Yeah.
Like once I realized that it separates itself from the state of Indiana.
Yep.
I realized that I do love Indy.
Yep.
I love Indianapolis, and I do not like Indiana.
Great. Yeah, same.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. At this day and age or this time in my career, you know, I built a business for 21 years. I couldn't restart my business in another city. You know, it'd be
Right.
way too hard to like start over.
Yeah.
And so I've just accepted that Indy's home. Now, would I like to be in Chicago part-time? Yeah, for sure, you know, but I'd have split my time between the two. you
Right.
know.
Right.
Indy's always going to be home. So
You love Chicago though?
I do.
Could you live
Yeah.
there?
Not full-time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Indy just has a home feeling to it. It's a
Chicago
small,
winters
big-
are bad.
Man, Chicago's bad all the time. Like their weather is really bad.
Yeah.
Like working at the airport, like Chicago, terrible
Yeah.
weather.
Yeah.
I get a lot of their planes coming in because the weather's too bad. They go
Yeah.
there. It's wild.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep you much longer. How bad was this?
No, it wasn't bad.
Not
Good.
bad at all,
No,
right?
No. we're
But I
good.
do have a good question for you.
What's up?
Do you eat cereal? You like cereal?
Sometimes I'm like a weird cereal guy though.
What's your favorite cereal?
Crackling Oat Bran.
You old man. Like It's like grandparents.
I know. It's so
It's
weird.
your grandparents' cereal.
So weird.
Crackling oat bran?
Yeah, I don't know why. Ever since I was a kid.
And that's what you buy all the time.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
yeah. It's actually really good. It's really good.
Crackling oat bran.
I know, right? Old white man over here.
What's your social media handle?
Jason Hagemier.
That's it.
Just me. Yeah.
You on TikTok?
No.
You on Instagram
Yeah.
and Facebook?
Yeah. Just me, Jason Hagemier.
And Twitter?
No.
Spell it. Spell
Spell it.
Hagemier.
Hagemier.
Yep, Jason Hagemier on socials, IG, Facebook,
Yep.
and check it out. I would like to thank everybody for listening. You know, we came out, we had a great conversation with my boy Jason. Please go to followdmoney.com if you have questions for Jason. I want to thank Jim Norman, my guy, Sit With Me app, for sponsoring this season. And once again, tune in next week for another special guest on the Follow D Money podcast. Peace.